Good morning and welcome back to Vilnius, Lithuania, here at Winter Beach. Day 2, it's Sunday. We're in the bracket, and this is the second women's semifinal. We've just witnessed the first, and we know who's going to feature, but we'll get there later. For now, I'll introduce to you Dmitry Doroshenko, who sits by me, Stefan Rapazzo here, to call this game. Dmitry, this semifinal, who have we got?
Good morning, everyone. It's a nice morning in Vilnius, and definitely a nice morning for Tartu and DTS, who find themselves in the second women's semifinal, fighting for a chance to play against... no, I'm not going to spoil that for you.
So these two teams met yesterday. Of course, every team in women's met yesterday. But this game was touted by Didzis at the time, who was commentating, to be a advantageous situation for DTS based on experience and how they've performed in the past. But it was Tartu who really stuck it to them yesterday, came out hot, stayed hot, and won the higher seed. So this is the 2 versus 3 seed. So, you know, the scrap they had was a big match, but it really just sees them coming right back to face each other once more for a game with a bit more meaning than it was yesterday. So let's see if DTS can recover and put on a better show and maybe steal a win here, or if it's Tartu who's just going to do it just like yesterday.
Yeah, it should be a very exciting match, absolutely. DTS also have the home soil advantage, so to say. Looks like it didn't really help them yesterday. I'm not actually sure if the outcome of yesterday's match would be different. It's very likely that they would still meet and play again.
Helen Terra leading throw and has a player off balance there. That's Punab, who can't turn the corner, but the throw had just a bit too much on it. So DTS with a break chance early.
Yeah, Sand Monster is getting out early. I think it was Punab stumbled on the sand.
Up line, connects, and spinning around looking for an option was Salamite. And now the blade by Salamite, and that gets gobbled up and smacked down by Veski. Lintz will pick up.
Very decisive, smackdown by Veski into the sand. She did not want anyone trying to get this, to save this disc.
Terra with the disc. Drops back to Veski. Now Lintz. Hammers to Terra. Great throw, great reception. They are a hot combo, and even though they couldn't make it a clean hold, they do make it a hold and score on their second asking.
Still, I think it was a hold still. Yes, for Tartu. Good start for them. It was good to see them yesterday at the party, even though they didn't stay very long. Were you at the party, Stefan?
Yes, indeed. Tartu Gaube working out her new role as a handler. Escavaite goes for goal. What a catch! Great pickup. That back line of the end zone was coming all too quick, but Kama Delaite didn't give up on that, and the youngster cashes in an incredible goal.
Great grab, close to that back of the end zone. Not worried about her well-being. These corners and these walls are not soft, let's put it this way. And it can be quite painful jumping near them. Quite scary jumping near them and quite painful jumping, actually hitting them. So, good on her. The competitiveness is coming through for sure. Everybody wants to do well.
Veski with the disc into Terra. Terra looks upfield, finds Veski, fakes the hammer. Thomason Tedeschi up line. Tara there again. She puts the toe down and makes it 2-1. Top 2 offense starting off like they finished yesterday.
Fancy footwork by Tara on that end zone, making sure that the one foot is staying inside the end zone while other one is not touching the outside, for that to be called a goal and not out.
I can't believe that these goal rules still exist, but they do, and we continue.
Dropped ball, but not really.
Escavaite moves it right to about 1 meter within the goal. And now the big blade comes up. Gaube goes up and takes a big one. And DTS tie things up to a piece.
Nice outstretched grab by Gaube. Pretty difficult one. Looked to me that it might be too hard, but she definitely proved me wrong. It was not too hard for her. And on the other field, I'm not sure if you've seen that, but the young Ukrainian player scores his other point. If it was caught on stream, great as well.
Yeah, Petrusiak, the young boy, the 10-year-old. Getting it done over there. Veski and Tartu now. Can they stay clean with their list of holds? Nice hammer. Helen Tara breaks the defense open. No chance to hold a break when you throw hammers that easily. Tonneson, the recipient.
Making it look almost easy. It's not an easy disc to catch sometimes, coming at you from up top, but it's definitely precise. And these precise throws are very often used indoor, as there is no wind and nothing to affect the disc.
Gaube back and forth to set things up with Petrovaite, and now Gaube again. Leading throw, Petrovaite finds the seam, and it's Kamadulaite again there after showing off earlier with the back line layout. This time she just does a little jab cut and catches it at the front line.
Yep, Yewa Kamadulaite finds just a little bit of space, just enough space for her to get open. Handler sees that, takes the chance, and Tartu defenders did not have any chance to react on that throw.
Tonneson, no, that's Punas to Tera. Again, straight back to Punab. Veski begging for it while she was poached. And now Tera. The active mark from Gaube. Now the throw to the corner and a loss of concentration. Nigol put it in the right spot, but it was not watched all the way into the hands by Punab.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. Just bounces off her hands, and I think she started looking somewhere else and almost celebrating her goal before she had full control of that disc, and it just bounced off. She couldn't recatch it. Sadly, it was a turnover.
And that one out the back, and they'll give it right back to top 2.
Another turnover, this time by DTS, throwing it a little bit too fast and too far. Schlamaite, I think, threw that disc.
Veske goes to Punab, straight to Helen Tara. Tara goes back to Veski. Fake hammer, Punab. Tara. Great leading throw to blow the field open and finds her receiver, Nigol, for the next goal. They're still holding here and trading.
Yeah, it's some turnovers are generated here and there, but the outcome is just about the same. They're still trading, and You can probably see when the pull is being fielded, there is their opposition for the final doing a little bit of research work and looking how either of the team is playing.
So picked up from the air by Petrovaite, and she gets it again. Petrovaite stays committed to her handling pair. Shalmaite. Petrovaite goes and finds just enough space in front of the defender, Lintz, to open up a scoring throw.
I think Lintz almost wanted to lay out, but maybe realized that the disc is coming just a little bit too late, so didn't really have time to try to defend it. But I've seen the look on her face, like she was ready to try and jump and defend it if it would come just a tad later, and that would be a lot easier for her. But yeah, DTS are not scared to throw into very, very tight windows. Good on them.
Lintz to Vesky. Straight back to Lintz with a nice high backhand over the shoulder. Tada faked and put away. Now Punab. Veska. Lintz. And you see Tara saying, just calm, don't shoot for me yet. Tada now. Then turns, and that's the easier option they were hoping to set up. And they did. You can see some fatigue right now, even after the point. Just a little less celebration. They're working hard out there to churn these ones out.
Great timing is what I noticed from Tartu. Looks like as soon as the receiver, one of the throwers is getting the disc, almost always there is another option for a continuation. And on the beach, that's the most important thing. You got half a meter, you most probably going to win that matchup and very likely to get a point with the shorter field. So timing is very important.
Shot goes up, and it comes down into the hands of friendly fire. Petrovaite with the assist. And I'm not sure who ended up on the receiving end there. I think it's quite possibly Petrovskaite. Petro de Petro.
Yes, Petrovskaite there was the grab. Maybe DTS are making that a little bit harder sometimes in finding some smaller channels, as opposed by Tartu just having clinical timing and knowing when to go and where to go.
Veske handles that pull like you should. And Tara barks for it and gets, and then sends right up the line and has another goal there. Knee goal, catches it and cashes in the point.
I think she just sprained her ankle and landed unpleasantly in that sand. Yeah, I think someone's gonna come and help her. But yeah, she looks a little bit uncomfortable there on the sand. Fell maybe a little bit clumsily, unfortunately, but hopefully she's going to be all right. Hopefully we're going to see her back on the field soon.
So DTS, Petrovskaite, sorry, that is Slamaite, gets it inbounded and gone again, the fake hammer, fake everything, and then gone back to Petrovaite, who puts it right near the goal line, but not in yet. Petrovaite. Hard-working cut, opens up the next throw. Slamaite in for the goal, and DTS. It's a very different game than yesterday.
Yeah, very, very different game. Different energy as well, I think. Having just the second game of the day, everybody's still not really warming up, but yeah, just getting ready for the rest of the day. But, of course, either of them going to win because this is the semi-final of the Winter Beach. And looks like, DTS is trying to find these little spaces, throw something a little bit more difficult rather than, don't know, maybe give it another swing to the other side, try to find something there, a bit more open.
Lintz gives the hammer. Tara's there, and the defense was not far off, but Tara, sure-handed as always, takes the lead, taking catch. It makes it 7-6, still on serve.
Good try by Gabia Gaube to defend that. That was also a very, very clean attempt at the defense there with Helen Tera. Love to see that. Great to see the intensity and putting the pressure on the receiver, but without generating any contact.
Gaube does well to distribute immediately. Petrovaite gets it in. Reznikaite now, and she was being draped by Helen Tara on that reception. This one now into the hands of Petroskaite. Petrovaite getting vocal out there, demanding some cuts. And then staying in the dump space as Gaube goes back. Reznikaite, and you saw Tara picking up speed, but just not enough to get the D. There's the next throw in, and they're going back and forth. Petroskaite to Gaube to Rezniake. Gaube engages Reznikaite, but no, that one, and there's a discussion of stall out, which makes sense. It's Petrovaite with the disc, but did it get there quick enough? I felt like that was, I knew it was going to be a stall count. It was getting close, but I thought that was within 8 seconds with just my regular, body clock as we watch Ultimate, as we commentate Ultimate. It didn't feel like it was really, really long.
Didn't feel?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I felt like maybe it could have been 6 or 7 seconds. Rewind it, count it if you want. I do that very often in the game just to make sure that, was it a stall out or... Oh.
The hammer comes off. Gaube finds a way. And DTS score to Petroskaite.
Through the hands of 2 defenders, she's just snatching this disc out off the air for a score. But yes, talking about the stall count, it was contested. 2 players had a discussion, and as there are no referees, nobody else to tell them like, no, you should do this or you should do that. They just decided on the field by themselves. Good spirit.
Couple mullets on the board. Krista Lintz picks up and gets it to Thomason. Now Punab, far sideline. Teta and Thomason give offerings, and Thomason's taken. Now going to ground. Nigold picked up. Hammer from Lintz to Tara. Not the first time we've seen that exact cut and throw option.
To most experienced players on the team, I'm sure that they've done that particular play more than once, a lot more than once. Crystal Lintz playing for more than 20 years and Helen Tera playing for about 12 years. So I'm sure that they have practiced that particular play quite a few times in their practices and for maybe quite a few years.
More than once.
More than once.
Here comes Schlamate. Gets Gaube underneath. Gaube throws a nice leading option. Petrovaite, Scuber, other side, and just above the defender. In for another goal. DTS have been responding great. That one, Petroskaite. But this is a very different DTS than we saw yesterday. 8 apiece, couple snowmen on the board. And this is going to be a great game. No breaks so far.
No breaks so far. Exciting game, a game of holds, and a game of probably one break. I think one break can win it.
Yeah, one break could most certainly win it. You never know. Sometimes when it breaks, they come in floods.
True.
But right now, one break would be very, very valuable, especially if you're DTS playing from the other side of the coin flip. Helen Tara goes to Veski. Tara wide open again in the dump space. Quickly to Lintz. I like how quickly the decisions are made to take the open option. And Tara not afraid of the poach in the lane and throws very direct and hits Tepold.
Tepold tried to defend the previous point in the end zone. Defense didn't work for her. Well, she just went back on the field and got herself on the offense and scored a point. So good for her. Either way, if you can't do it on the defense, do it on the offense. Be effective, and that's exactly what she did.
So Gaube Šlamate Reznikaite makes a very crafty catch, scoops it, and great vision. A little risky for sure over the defender, past the defender that was chasing, but that was a perfect scooper. And great decision in the end.
I was convinced that I think Tonison was the closest defender. Her hand was very close to the scooper. I was sure that this will be defended and scooped up by Tartu, but no, I think just above her hand for a pinpoint throw, pinpoint scooper. Not the easiest thing sometimes to calculate where they're going to fly.
Veski. Get right back to Veski as that poach stayed in the lane. Now Helen Tara takes the up line, gets a gainer. Nigol looked for the hammer, it wasn't there. Now back to center. Punab activated. Tepold to Punab. Tara. And she was looking for the hammer, but then gets the opening on the open side and the finishing throw. Very good work by Nigol for another goal for Tartu.
Nigol or a goal? Yeah, she has a good last name for scoring goals, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Still on hold. Still on serve here. So a game of holds, 10-9. If DTS is going to respond with another goal, well, yeah, we're going into the last 5 points of the game with a very, very exciting prospect of getting a universe point. Very likely.
A zero break universe is crazy. I don't even remember. It's been a long time since we've had a turn. And then there it is. Curse of the commentator. Yeah, we haven't seen a turn in a long turn.
Well
there
done.
It is.
Well done, Stefan. Well done, Stefan.
We're happy about it at this stage anyways that I said it. Lintz goes to Tara, and they've got a break. After all of that, Estonia, just as we said it, they find their first break and stretch it open 11-9. It's a late break. DTS now really need two, and it just got really tough really quick for them.
You can see that their body language has changed very quickly from being serious and very focused to maybe a little bit upset about what happened, but you can channel that energy in a different way and get a point and then maybe try to get a break.
Bay on the disc, it is Nikaite. Blades one over, too much on it, and another chance now for Tartu. When it rains, it pours. A second break chance. Can they rain it down? Veske to Tera. Tera, inside throw, but there it is. DTS not going away. Šlamaite steps in front and gets the D.
Yeah, looks like they managed to get it back, but I think this time they just need a calm offensive hold and bring back.
There's Nikaite with the disc. Gets it back. Looks into the goal and a little banger there on the D. Trying to step in front was Veski. But Slamaite holds her space and cashes in the goal.
Yeah, a bit of a contact with Veski, but a slap of hands, a smile. No harm done. Just two players going for the same space. Timeout. We see on the field. Almost the last possible moment to call a timeout, because it can't be called in the last 5 minutes of the game according to the rules of this event.
So a good time for you to hit the like button. Thanks for watching these semifinals in the morning. Hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you get informed. Make sure you help the algorithm notice that Ultimate is happening in Europe and around the world, and help us bring you more.
Oh yeah, it is happening. Absolutely. This year is going to be exciting. I'm very excited to watch a lot of Ultimate, and there is no better place to watch it than ULTI.TV, bringing you lots of Ultimate from around the world. Australia as well.
Yeah, last week the Victorian Ultimate Championships. Still hoping we're going to get the coverage for the Australian National Championships, which have not been covered over the last couple of years. So it has been a bit of a shame that it hasn't been covered, but now it looks like they're leaning back towards getting some cameras on those fabulous games down under.
That would be exciting. But back to this game.
And it's Lintz who picks it up back of the end zone. And then Gaube says back of the end zone, but here. Veski gets Tara. Tara. High take there. Tippled. And now the far sideline. Punab. Veski. Didn't like it a couple times, and Lintz like, I'm still open, just throw it. Tara barking out instructions, and then back to Veski. Tara again. Nice throw to set up Lintz. Veski's been a very good anchor-like handler for Tartu. Tara to Punab. Tara open again, and she does go back around, and they just dump and swing here. Tara in the middle of the field. DTS defense, bend but don't break. Tara again gets it from Punab. Tara wants every second throw right now, so she will. She does it again. Punab gets that one. The defense was closing down. No scoring option. One red shirt in the end zone. And so they're looking to chisel their way in. And there's the red shirt in the end zone finally. Veski, and patience prevails, but a good defensive point for DTS.
Yeah, DTS really like to do this zony look close to the end zone to try to close all of the possible channels into the end zone. It worked for them for quite some time, and but Veske then actually found some space in the back for a very bladey, knifey shot, which was well handled by her for a point. But yeah, well done by DTS to hold off that offensive pressure.
Ooh, that one. Risky biscuit, but it works. It even sucked in some defense for a second. There's Nikaite. Shlamate was open, still is. Second cut. Good response by DTS. Can they get a break?
That would be the last possibility for them to get a break, because if they don't,
it's over.
It's over. Precisely, yes. That was already the first game point where Tartu could have won the game, even though it was offense for DTS. But this time DTS is coming on the defense and going to try to put the pressure on Tartu and try to get a break. Yes, the last possibility for them, basically.
Big cut comes under. Tara gets the next. Leading throw, Veski fakes the lefty backhand, gives the push pass, and gets a layout goal. That is the game. And Tartu are moving on to the final. DTS fought hard, but not able to topple the mighty Estonians.
Only one break. Once again, yes, just like we called it earlier, one break can decide it. And, well, it didn't really decide it, but certainly made it easier for Tartu to finish it off quickly. So,
great round of action there. And Tartu will move on to the final. They will face Salaspils. I'm sure you're ready for that one, and we'll be covering that one for you later today at about 3:20. That game will be on. Until then, we do have a placing game in the women's division and otherwise a whole bunch of open games so they can sort out their bracket now. Including what's next?
Next up, we got Cosmics from Lithuania against Forai from Lithuania.
All right, all Lithuanian action coming up next. For Dmitry Doroshenko, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch